This computer looks like it is. Good. Cool. Fantastic. Well, welcome. And why can't I see everyone's face? Hold up. Maybe it's a setting. Host tools. Yeah. Start video. And cool. I think we're good. So welcome. I hope everything is well and everyone is good and has been enjoying the software this week. Hi, Sabine. Hi. Hello, everyone. Cool. Awesome. And I wanted to, before we start, just say a big thanks to Sabine. Sabine's been working really hard and helping us with the German translation, which we now have, which is great. And I know there's a lot of people from Germany who speak German here, so and watching, so it's a really big deal. So thanks, Sabine, for that. And she's been helping us consistently with keeping it up to date. And Juta as well, who's not here today, but she'll be on another time and you'll be able to meet her. And she's also been helping us with this as well as, and yeah, and that's been really good. We've also made some really good progress this week on some things. So I'll be able to show that today. But I guess the biggest one, I mean, who speaks German here? Let me know in the chat if you speak German. Obviously, if you're English speaking, it's not going to be a big deal for you, but maybe if you've got German clients, then it'll help. I'll show you today what's been done with that, and yeah, I think it's really good news because again, it's something that's quite unique. It separates us from the competitors out there like school and others that don't currently support the German language, and now being able to have that gives us something that really stands out and helps when we're talking to people about community. So I'll just jump across my screen now and I'll show you some of this. I noticed there's a bug as I was coming on here that's an urgent one that we're going to get the developers to look at. So I've sent out an email to everyone just to let them know about this event, and we're going to get that resolved as well. So there's a bug that I'm not sure if it's for everyone, but for my account anyway, it wasn't letting me use the join link. Did anyone else have any issues coming on? Just let me know in the chat if it was okay. It might just be me as an admin of the group, so we'll get that resolved anyway. No, the link worked for me. Okay, great. It seemed to work everyone else. It works for everyone else, but it didn't work for me for some reason. And I have a feeling I know why, but I'll wait until the developers get back about that. So let's share a screen and I'll go into some of the stuff that we've been doing. So the big one has been and there's obviously a few UI changes here, but big one's been German. So if you do want to find the German language, you can go into your account and you can go into your account settings, and then you can go to language here, and you'll see that we've got both English and Deutsch, which I believe is German, the German language. So then once you've changed this, it'll appear like this. So I'm not going to go too deep into it because I might lose where I am. I don't speak German, but you'll be able to play around with this you'll be able to play around with this yourself, and you'll be able to have a look at this, and you'll be able to see everything is translated to German. Now, obviously, the conversations will still be in English. However, if you're running a German group, you can now have everything done in German. Sabine, do you want to come on? One sec.
I just wanted to say we can't see your screen.
Oh, okay. One sec.
It's like the
Thank you.
last time. You forgot it.
I did. There we are. I get too excited and then skip what I need to do. So here you are. I'll show you to you now. So if we go back into the community, and thanks for that, we go into uh, account and we go into account settings. We go into language, and then in the language here, we've got the German here. So you can change it to that, have a play around with it, and see what kind of difference it makes. And hopefully it will make it easier to navigate, especially if you've got German speakers that are in your groups who maybe don't understand or speak English. But I think this is a really positive thing, and I think it's going to be really good for everyone who has German groups. We have a lot of German groups at the moment, so yeah, I'm really excited about this. And then we took things a little bit further this week as well. And not only did we roll out the German, but we also rolled out the GDPR. So this we're still tweaking it, but I think it's really good. So what we've rolled out is we've rolled out the consent. So in any of the groups that we have or you have, if it's a person coming from a European IP or anyone who's in Europe, then what it's going to do is it's going to ask for their consent to use their contact information to pass it on to a third party so it's compliant within GDPR. And then we've also got on top of that new terms and conditions, a new data management policy, and you can see that in the help center here. If you go into legal, you'll see we've updated the privacy policy, the admin legal responsibilities and imprint setup. We've updated the data processing and compliance, and also the FAQs and transparency. And even on the webinars, when you join, one of the parts of GDPR is that you need to be able to consent to being recorded, and we've added that consent as well. So in your groups, what's going to happen is that when someone goes to join your webinar, they'll be asked one time to consent. They can consent. Now, if they decide not to consent, then we just send them a message and we say, hey, don't turn on your recording so you don't get recorded. And we give them a few instructions about what to do. And that should be enough. And we've also got the ability then as well, and I believe it's in, if it's not, it might be here now, but I don't, well, let's find out. So if we go into permissions and consent. So we've got these two permissions and consents here. And this is if you've opted in. So if your client, your customer has opted in for allowing third-party integrations, then this will show ticks. Now, if they've opted out at that beginning step, we need to allow them to opt out. So what we've done is we've made it possible to go in here and opt back in. So if they tick it at a later date, then we send that email address to you. And also, if they decide that they want to allow for participation in Zoom recordings, or if they change their mind, they can untick it from here as well. So those consents are handled here. And we've also got a data management section now, which basically gives users the ability to download all of their data. This is one of the important parts of GDPR, that they can manage their own data. So here they can download all their data. If they want to delete it, they now have the ability to delete it as well. So yeah, that's another big piece that we've connected up this week. And I'm waiting at the moment for Sabrina. Sabrina's going to help us with this. She's a lawyer over in Germany. We've been using her guidance to go through and do a lot of this. So I hope to get her on an interview at some point about GDPR so she can walk through everything. She wanted to make sure that we had these things implemented before she came on, and I think we have. So she's going to look over it. I worked with her and a lawyer to get this done, someone that specialized in GDPR in the EU, and I think what we have now is a good fit. So we're still refining it, we're still improving it. I'm gonna wait till Sabrina gets back on some of these things, but hopefully now we have everything that we need. So we are GDPR compliant, which has been a really important thing for a lot of people in the group. I think it's probably been the most requested thing that we've had, most requested feature, and most requested, I guess, update, because it's really important. And yeah, so it's there now. Cool. Awesome. So hopefully that's really exciting. Now you know that you're GDPR compliant. When you use our software, you can feel confident that you're doing everything you need to meet those obligations, those rules that have been set for compliance with GDPR. And now let's get into some of the stuff that we've been working on. So there's been a few things that have changed over the last month. Gamification's had a bit of an update. I'll go through this now. I don't know if I went through it in the last one. However, you've now got the ability to do more customization within your your groups and your gamification rewards. So the way this works is that if you want to now change the theme, you can change the theme. So if I say wanted to select this as my theme, I can select this as my theme, and now all of the badges will be changed. So if we're going to have different themes, we're going to have more themes in the future. We've started off with these three. So you can see this here, we've got this theme here, and we've got this theme here. And when you select one of these, it then will update for the rest of the group. So you can see that now the theme has been updated for other group members as well. So it's very, very quick, very easy to do. And if you want to update these, then you can. If you have a request for a style of badge that you want us to work on next, send me through a message or post it in the community group, and I'll make that happen as well. So this is really cool. Now, if you want to, what you can do, and I'm not going to do it in this group, but I'll do it in another group. I'll do it in this group. What you can do is you can go into gamification, and you can use advanced options. Now, when you use advanced options, that basically makes the whole thing flexible, and it opens it up to delete group levels. It opens it up to customize the amount of points you want to use for each of these levels. Already with the standard version without the advanced gamification, you can already, you can add rewards, but you can't remove any levels. So if I wanted to remove level 10 here, for example, I could just delete this milestone, delete, and level 10 is no longer featured within my gamification. So you could have, for example, if you had a smaller group, or if you had maybe a group that you wanted people to progress to a certain step and then you wanted them to upgrade, then you could do that and you can use this gamification with that now. So if we go ahead and we go, and here we'll delete a couple of milestones. And then for these other milestones, what we're going to do is we are then going to be able to customize the points. So if we wanted to customize the points, every point equals a like, or a like equals a point. So kind of define that here. And if I wanted to, then I could go through and I could customize all of these. So 10 points, 100 points, I could make this if I wanted to, say 50. I could make this more achievable if I wanted to. I could put in 200 and so on. So you can customize these as you want. Now, if you decide that you've made a mistake or you want to go back to the default, you can just reset to default and it's going to then make everything back to what it was. So you can't really go wrong with this. There's nothing you can really break. It's pretty easy to use. We're also going to be doing a change in the next update, which isn't yet pushed. I was hoping it would be pushed today. It's not yet pushed, but we're going to be removing level 0. We're going to be allowing for level 1 and level 2 to be achieved through points as well. So we're going to assign points values for level 1 and level 2. It seems to make more sense to do that, and we'll be removing this level 0, and instead we'll just be making everyone who joins your group at the beginning level 1. So that's another change that's coming to this as well. I'll just check if there's any questions. Other than in tutorial and file office meetings, where else? Okay, I'll go into that in a moment. It's possible to change the names, the levels, but not the first and second levels. So that will also change as well next week. So you're right, you can change the names of these levels now. If we go into advanced mode, I'll show you. So if we go into use advanced mode, if you want to, you can change these names to whatever you want. And we'll also have an update to remove the level off this badge. So it's just going to be a 4. It's just going to be a number. The reason being that if you do change the name of it, you may not want to feature level. And also in different languages. Now we have German. We don't want to have an English, some English stuff in there that doesn't need to be in there, if that makes sense. So that'll be removed as well. We have an option to upload our own badges. We don't yet. What we want to do for now is we want to just make it really easy for people, and we want to provide custom themes for now. And I think in the future we could have some sort of submission. If you're a designer, if you wanted to submit some levels to us, then we can resize them, we can make them fit. And if they benefit everyone, then we can add those in as well. The goal is to compile a number of themes that will help the visual aspects of the levels. And I mean that's our plan for it's a plan for Communi in general, is to provide more themes. And I think we'll be able to do that moving forward. That's what we're working on visually anyway. We want to provide more customization, but also make it really quick and easy. So as soon as we start allowing for uploads, the difficulty with it is that it can be difficult to get the sizing right. It can be difficult to get and it creates a lot of support. It's better for us if we can find out what kind of themes that you want and then create them for you so they look really great. And then you can click a button and use them so everyone can then benefit. And that's the direction we're trying to move in with this, trying to provide more flexibility, but make it easy. And yeah, so if you've got some ideas. Now, we don't have any other rewards other than likes at the moment. That seems to be an easy metric for people to understand. But if you've got some suggestions, post them in the group and we'll have a look at them and see. It's possible that we could do that. Now we've got advanced gamification settings. It's possible we could unlock that. And I think the other things that we could do is, or the other thing that we're doing at the moment, and probably the next step is that we are this has been phase 2, and we're moving into phase 3, which is to allow for you to charge for these levels. So we're now starting that work and starting it. So if you have a free group, for example, you could choose to charge for access to courses. You could choose to charge for access to different content within your group. And now that we've completed this phase, we're now moving on to the next. What about VAT and the invoices? So we've received a lot of questions about this, and I've done the work for it. I've worked on getting that ready, and I don't think it's very far away. So I think it'll be available soon. I think we we have a yeah we have a good system worked out for it, and I need to check with the development team. I don't know how far through they've got with it, but it's not far away, and we're actually actively working on it. So that'll be for our EU users. That I know is a big thing as well, and we'll have it available for all countries that have some sort of sales tax. So you can choose to apply that if you want to the sales, or you can have it removed. It's up to you. So that will be available soon. We are working on that. And yeah, and I've yeah, we've got a good list of the countries. We know exactly how much we need to be adding, and it's just about building that system out at the moment. Now, what else have we been doing? So this last month, we've brought on a new developer who has been helping us with a number of the back end tasks that we've been working through. There's a lot that we've been covering, and we've also that's right. We're also working on a reward system as well. So in this next month, what you're going to see is you'll see that right now in February, you can see this. So Sabine won the leaderboard, and Interest Empire is second, and Intran is third. And I think what we need to be doing, and obviously on Sabine's profile now, it's going to show that she was first in February in terms of the contribution that she made to the group. And what we're going to do next is for these leaderboards, you're going to have the ability very soon to add rewards to them. So, say for example, if you wanted to unlock a reward for first, second, or third, you'll be able to now do that within this environment. And part of the reason is we want to do it for Communi. So I think that if you are in the top three in our community group, then there should be some sort of reward. So we're working on that at the moment, and you'll be able to do it for your own groups as well. So if you want to be able to reward people for their contributions on a monthly basis, that's soon going to be available, and that's something we're working on at the moment. And yeah, other than that, we've been working on the visual aspects. We've been working on some mobile updates. We have been working as well behind the scenes on our post system to make some improvements to it, as well as the courses. Courses is a really big one. We want to improve the way that courses are working, and that's not too far away. And we've been working on stability and speed. That's been a big part as well of what we've been doing. So we've got a list maybe we've got a list of a few things. Here's what else we're going to do as well over the next month, and that you'll see. We've been getting a lot of requests for a roadmap, and I think that's right. It's time for us to release a roadmap now. So we started looking into the different software to use for roadmaps, and we found that they're very similar, many of them, to what we could do in Communi. I don't think it's too out there to try and to do something inside of the community for that. So over the next month, I hope if we do well, hopefully we do well this month, we make some really good progress, and I think we will. We've planned out a system that's going to introduce a way of being able to show you within the community group what features we're working on, what's been scheduled for development and when, and what's been published as a feature into the platform. So we'll do that all from the community. There's a way that we've thought up how to do that. We still need to test it, but I think it'll work. So look out for that as well. It's going to be available very soon. I think probably within the next month, before the next meeting, I think we'll have that. And that's going to help in a number of ways, because Sabine has mentioned this to me, and I think she's completely right that we get a lot of requests for updates multiple times, especially say for example a really popular feature like the levels update. So being able to charge for levels or being able to charge for courses within a group. Other software have it, we don't yet, and we get a number of requests for that on a weekly basis. And if we had something available so people could just search, so you would be able to search through in Communi to see if that's something that we're working on or that's something that's on our list. Instead of posting a new post, what you could do is then engage on that other post, which has already been posted by someone, that shows when it's coming or if it's been published already. So So that's what we're trying to improve. We're trying to make it a little bit more streamlined, the way that we manage the group. We've also, as well, in this last week, which I'm really excited about, is Juta's decided that she'll join us and she's going to help us within the community group as a community manager to be able to communicate what's happening feature wise, what we're working on, and also assist within the community as well, which is going to be a really big help. It's going to be a really big help because a lot of the time that I'm spending at the moment is working with the development team, and uh, it's been, and I think I still really want to be active in the community, and I still will be. But it helps to have someone there to be able to answer questions if the answers are readily available, or Judah knows something behind the scenes that we're working on that she can then communicate. And it'll help a lot because I'm on the opposite time zone from Europe. I'm on a very different time zone from the US. I think I'm on probably the most uncomfortable time zone because in my morning it's everyone's evening, it seems, and in my evening it's everyone's morning. So a lot of the work we that I'm doing anyway on a daily basis happens when everyone's sleeping. So that's going to help as well. And Judah, I hope, will come on to one of these calls next community office hours and be able to meet with you as well. And yeah, that's going to be really, really cool. So let's jump into some questions here, and let's have a look. So if we go back up here in terms of our questions about the course. So we have a get started with community course right now that I've been working on, but I haven't made much progress with it. Part of it's just been that we've been working really hard. We've been working a lot. And so the what I did is I made a post the other day and I found a couple of people that might help us with creating a how-to course and to emphasize some of these features for new members. So very soon hopefully that's going to be in the works, and we'll be able to start with that soon. So if you have been waiting out for a course on how to do everything, right now there isn't really much available other than these webinars. So if you have a question about a specific feature, then I can help you with that. Otherwise, you can have a look through our previous posts, search within the search, or stay tuned because it's something will come out very soon relating to courses. There's a call development. If you not allow us to unlock a level for payment, the emoji button is gone. Will that be coming back? Yes, that will be coming back. Yeah. So we do have the ability right now to do the emojis. It's not very obvious. You can go like this, see that, and then you can choose an emoji. So if I wanted to find rocket, then I could find rocket. It's not clear for if you're starting. It's just not clear. So we'll be adding that back in. Don't worry. It was something that was adjusted, and the development team thought that this made a lot of sense, but we talked about it, and it does make sense if you know about it. However, if you don't know about it, it's not clear. So we're gonna change it back. Cool, Lynn and Rennet. You can message me about that personally. Just send me a chat message, and I'll be able to answer that. This is a community group webinar, or community meeting. So we're talking about the community software. Will there be a transcript of this meeting? So we'll do it. We with all of the, with everything we do, we always publish a replay. So today it'll be published as a replay, and you'll see that there. Now, one sec. I saw that someone's hand was raised. Oh, maybe it was an accident. Cool. All right. So any more questions or anything that I can show in this call? That's basically what we've worked on primarily this month. Going into next month, I've mentioned some of those things. So I've mentioned the roadmap solution. I've mentioned VAT. I've mentioned some of the updates to gamification, like the rewards on the leaderboards. And this next month, probably the biggest thing that we're going to be doing is there's a list of about 100 to 200 small things that we just want to do within the software that have been updated by members that we've been putting off because we've been working on these larger features. GDPR, for example, took a lot of time, and also the German language has taken a bit of time as well. Just there's a few adjustments we've needed to make. We've also found a few ways that we can improve the speed of that and systematize it a bit better. So we're working on those. such as we're going to be including or integrating ChatGPT in the background for us to help us to translate things faster. And then we've obviously got the help of Sabine and Juta, who have been helping us to make sure and check over those translations. So there's about 100 200 small things that we want to get done, and I think we can get past we'll get through a big amount of those, and then once those are done, then the other things that are on our plate right now that we're working through are the being able to charge for courses within the groups, and then I believe we're not too far away. There's one more update we need to do to courses. We need to make courses better. We need to make events a little bit better. And then after that, there's nothing really on our plate other than making sure that we get the app done and make any other smaller kind of updates and make sure that any bugs are found and resolved or anything like that. We need to obviously spend some time making sure that everything's going well. But for the most part, we've got over most of the most major features we wanted to get through, and we're very close now to hopefully having an app that'll be available soon. We don't want to release anything until we've got time to really make sure that it's done well and done right. And I think over the next, I think after this month, we'll have the time and the space to just work on that and get that done. So that's going to be coming very soon as well. Now, in terms of increasing the number of letters of the testimonials, I think we've done that. Maybe we haven't released it yet. I'll just check. We do have a solution for it, and that may be one of those things that's on our list that we still need to update. But I was talking with the team not too long ago about it, so let's have a look. It's not there yet. So for this, what we have is we have a switch that'll be added, and the switch will basically enable for a longer testimonial. So that's coming. It'll be. I'll check where it is, but I don't see why it couldn't be released very soon, because we've done the work we need to for it. We know what we need to do, so I'll check with the team today on that. One sec, I'll just write that down. Do it on my phone. So cool. Make.com is one of those updates as well. So we have make.com on our list, and that's something that we want to integrate as well. So I'll follow up on that as well. That's been something that we've had on our list for a long time. And that's why we need, I guess, this roadmap. We need to integrate this roadmap system into the community program so we can assign values and you can see when they're coming. But those two things they're in our smaller kind of tasks that we need to get done, and that'll be in the next month as well. I know that both of those are on the list. What about we don't have any other integrations as far as I'm aware, other than Google Meet is one that's on the list as well. So we want to have Zoom and Google Meet available for events, a smooth integration with both. That's also on the list. Is it planned to have invoices from buying Communi with tax listed or the words that tax equals zero for business customers? I think we already have that. Um, so what we do have now for accounting purposes is if you go into your company here, you can fill in your company information. And if anyone buys access to your group, then it will have all that information included within that invoice for your customers. So I think that should be enough. It's got your tax ID there as well, and you'll be able to then use that. So if you just fill in your company information, then it will update all of your invoices with that information. And that should hopefully that does what you want. If it doesn't, then post in the community, let me know, and we'll make some improvements when we do the VAT. We'd love to be able to add a chatbot on our landing pages for customer support and sales. I guess the question that I'd have, Keith, is first of all, I think it's a really good idea. Post it into the community. What we want to do is we want to turn chat into that chatbot. So how could we turn the chat feature, or if you use the chat feature, how could that be turned into some sort of pop-up on your landing pages, perhaps? Because that system itself, it's designed for support. We've got it connected in with support within the settings. So if we can improve that in some way, we'd want to look at that first to see if there's some way that we could allow for that to be maybe added to a landing page to have conversations. And yeah, Keith, that's on our list as well. Yeah, group chat is on our list. We haven't prioritized it. So if you do want it, post in the group. It's something that I want because I need it at the moment. There's a lot of times that I get a message, a chat message, and I just wish I could add the developer because it's something that he needs to communicate with, and it could be done much faster. So there is definitely a need for that. And but if we get more requests for it, then we'll move it up the list. A customer asked me if she can also upload an image to the landing page in addition to the videos because the images, that's something that's also on our list, being able to add images into our landing page. So images into a landing page, I'll check where that is. And I believe it's probably still it's in that those tasks that we've written down we wanted to get to and we need to still work through. I know we do have a design for it, so it's just a matter of adding it in. If somebody has not UST ID, the invoice will not be accepted by financial departments unless it is stated that the total amount includes national tax. If you can post that in the community, Erid, and just provide me where you're from and what you would need, then we'll have a look at that. I understand that I think that maybe Europe has a VAT and a tax ID, and and then other places it has a TID. And then there's places like where we are in New Zealand right now and Australia that have GST. So GST and so we're looking at that this next month. Cool. Yeah, Nicole, the consents now should be ready. So if you test it as a, if you test, so if you test going and being a member of one of your groups, run an event as an admin, and if you test joining that Google Meet link as a member, you should see that the consent pops up. It will pop up for any type of event. So just check that that does it and that it's what you need. I think it should work. In terms of the server's location for GDPR, I think I need to make a post about this, and I think I will. I think maybe I'll do this a big post about this and just have it available there. But in terms of our servers, so the servers are based in the United States, or the company is based in the United States. So we use a company called, what's their name again? DigitalOcean. DigitalOcean is the company that we use. So I'll post this in chat so everyone sees it. And DigitalOcean has a really cool feature because they're GDPR compliant and they allow us to store user data in the country that the user registered from. So if you're registering from Germany, then we store the data on servers in Germany through this system that we have using, what's the name of it again? I forget the name of this every single time. Uh, Using DigitalOcean servers. Okay, so DigitalOcean has these servers, they're based all around the world, and there's a program that we can use, and the developers have done this, where if anyone's registering from Germany, your user data is stored in Germany. If someone's registering from Australia, the data is stored within whatever region that they require, which is a little bit different than the EU, for example. Australia doesn't have laws like the EU. However, it's important for the EU based on their data policies that the data is stored in that particular country. So using the server setup, it works really well. And it's a US based company that does this. So so that's it's really useful. And I'll do a post about it because I think it would be good to add some clarity to it, exactly how that works. And then it's something that you can point to. So I'll do a post with maybe an image or a diagram about how it all works. But I can tell you that, yeah, the data is stored where it should be stored based on the regulations. Yeah. So the if you want to read about the data that we have, and this might, I hope this is sufficient. Uh, so Nicole, please go into the legal here, and then look at the data processing and compliance. Look at the privacy policy as well. Have a read through here. It's going to be different if you're in the EU versus someone that's in the United States, for example. This policy will be a little bit different. But read through all this. We've got everything laid out here about how we manage the data and also, yeah, how everything is processed. So have a read through this. And if we need to add anything to it, if you see that something is missing, please post in the community and I'll talk to the lawyer and we'll get that added in to clarify as well. We don't have any planned integrations with Scholar at the moment for Communi. Is the information publicly accessible for users who are not yet registered? Yes, it's on our sales page. So I'll I'll check, but I think I need to check. But I believe that it's on our website, our sales page. That is publicly accessible. But I will check that they match from the settings to the sales page because I haven't checked yet. Cool. And a good point, because we need to make sure that obviously that's available for new users coming in to have some confidence, and that'll be good as well. The other piece of information is that we're currently a Hong Kong based company. The company's based in Hong Kong, and we do have a lot of questions about that coming in. And I think it's because there's been so many problems, and I think there will probably be even more difficulties in the future with tensions between different countries and China. So we're working it through at the moment, moving the company, and that will help a lot as well. So I'll have more of an announcement on that. Right now, just to clarify, so I do get asked this a lot. None of our data is stored in China. None of it's stored in Hong Kong. The only thing is our company is based there, and it made sense for a long time when we were doing everything when I was traveling, and Hong Kong was a very accessible place. It was very open, and things have changed a lot in terms of the climate there and the atmosphere, and it's no longer a good place to be. So we don't have any. There's no obligations. We've never been asked for any data or any information or anything like that. There's no, none of the data at all is stored in China. We store it in the States using the server there. We have any uploads that you do onto the website is stored with Amazon. However, we get a lot of questions about it. So, and it makes sense to move the company. So we're going to be moving to somewhere else, and I'm just going through that process at the moment. It's going to take maybe 2, 3 months, but yeah, just wanted to let everyone know that if that is also something that's on your mind, you don't need to worry about it, and we're dealing with it at the moment. So, yeah. We also do clarify that on our sales page because it's been raised a few times. So I wanted to clarify that as well. But you'll see on your invoice at the moment that the company is from Hong Kong. The payments are processed obviously in Stripe, and then Hong Kong processes the payment itself is made with a company in Hong Kong, and yeah, it's going to change. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Germany. I mean, Germany sounds like a good place to go. Definitely. I mean, we've got lots of people there, so it does make sense. And I like Germany. So, yeah. Well, I mean, we're gonna have a look at it. I think. I mean, it looks like we'll go to Singapore. That's where I'm working through at the moment, moving to, and it's a tier one financial place. It's very open. It's easy to do business. They do. I mean, Singapore does business with the entire world. It's a good place to be. So, and it's also not too difficult to set up. I've set up a company there in the past, and I've got a number of friends that are in the Singapore that do business there. So it does make sense to, I think, go to Singapore. And yeah, I've had no problems with banks there in the past as well, which is obviously a really important one. Banks are usually, whenever you move a company to somewhere, banks can be difficult, but in Singapore, I've always had a good experience. So I think we'll probably go to there, and that's something that we're working through at the moment. It's a little bit costly, but I think it's the best thing, regardless. I think moving forward anyway, it'll be a lot brighter going there. So I'll let you know once there's progress there, and you'll see that we're going to be updating. We'll be updating the company. We'll be updating the information in different places, and we'll be making the move. It's not going to be a instant move, mainly because we've got a lot of the infrastructure set up in Hong Kong, and it's going to take a few months to transition everything over, and it has to be gradual because We've built up a really positive and good financial history with these different accounts, and we need to switch those now to Singapore. So it means we have to start off fresh. We have to provide a new history essentially. So it does take some time. But yeah, we'll be moving more and more. You'll see more and more will move over in that direction. Everyone speaks English in Germany. You will not have any problems here. That's cool. Our video uploads and audio podcast uploads coming soon. Not until we've got the app. So first we're going to do the app, and then after that we'll be looking at video and audio uploads. We may do the audios before we do the app. My my developer's been encouraging me to try and he's ready to go with the audios basically, and he's been saying, well, let's allow for audio uploads into courses. Let's do this. So yeah, I think we can do audios before. Video is a little bit more difficult just because it's a lot larger data that we're dealing with, and we have to do it. We have to process it, and it has to be fast. It has to be good. So we have to then with this to be some sort of player to play through it, and so video uploads will take a little bit more time. We'll do that after the app, but audio, I'll see. Maybe we can do audio sooner. Maybe we can do it before we do the app. Maybe in the next couple of months before we release the app. Anyway. I still miss the missing button where I can see all the events of the groups I'm a member of in one calendar. Andreas, post that into the Communi group. I missed it as well. I missed a meeting the other day, or I almost missed a meeting the other day. I didn't miss it fully, but almost missed another meeting. And yeah, I understand what you mean. It would be, if you're managing multiple groups, it would probably make sense to have some particular place that where you can see all those meetings. So it may not be the same way that we had it last time, but maybe there's something we can find. So if others want that, we'll make it happen. We'll make it available. And yeah, we've got a couple of ideas maybe how it could happen. But if we've got a good motivation to do it, we'll make it happen. Yeah, I think potentially on the dashboard or somewhere like that. Yeah, it can also help with scheduling new meetings. So yeah, I'm posted in the community. Posted. I mean, it's a feature that I think I would probably like as well. And if we get others that want it, if it's valuable, then we'll do it. Also, one other thing that we did, and this was another request from Sabine, which I thought was a really good one, is we refined of this last month. We refined the categories a bit more. So just so you're aware, and I didn't mention this in the last call. I don't think we even had it in the last call, but there's feature requests is here now, and bugs is here. So as you're categorizing a new post, find those two categories. Just find out where they fit, which one it is up here, so you don't post in general all the time, and post in the feature requests and the bugs. And I've just seen another way that I can improve this. So I'll do that now. If you're posting into the community, yeah, I'm going to put introduce yourself under, I think under probably here. So feature requests up here, bugs here, and I think we get more feature requests than bugs, so it makes sense to put that up there. And yeah, so feature requests, bugs. Use those categories when posting about or categorizing. Does meetings support notifications? So do you mean do we send out meetings when notifications when meetings are happening? Is that what you're saying, Keith? I believe right now we've got the option to send them out. So if you tick that there is a meeting that so when you're setting up an event, and maybe we can improve this. Maybe we can make this better. But right now we've got advanced options, notifications, and this should notify you through email, your attendees, and it should also notify attendees through the notification system here. Now, I think we can probably improve it. If you've got an idea how do we can improve how we can improve this, we're looking at improving these different options here in events. So if there's If there's any ideas or you've seen it done better somewhere else, please let me know. So if you schedule a meeting through chat with a member, will it notify each one? It will. Yeah, it will. So the way it works is I've got a meeting here, obviously a one-on-one meeting with Ida, and who might be on this call actually. But basically, when you do a meeting, it will show a pending, and it'll send a notification to that person that you want to meet with them. They'll then be able to approve it, and then you'll both get notifications. So you'll get notifications when the call is happening, essentially. So I received an email notification about today's appointment. Is this only available for the pro version? I believe we've got it available for all those notifications. I don't think we specify whether that happens or not. I believe that the member can choose how many notifications they get and what types of notifications they get. So if you want to send out a notification about an event, but a member has turned off those notifications, by default they're on, but if they've turned them off, then they won't receive that notification. But if you keep them on, then there should be no problem. When will the CSV export of the members list come? So in those future updates, a couple of things we've done. One, we've got the a system for integrating the questions and answers when people join. That's coming. And so that's on the list. In terms of exporting the members out of the system manually, we don't have. I would need to check it. I don't know if we have that in our list. I need to check it. I'll write it down and we'll see. There might be a way that we can do that, but I'll just check. So export. Sabine, if you could post in the group about that and see if everyone else wants it as well, and then I'll check with the team on what we have there because we've talked about it, but I'm not sure the answers to the questions. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the answers to the questions definitely is going to be in those items I was talking about that we're working on in the next month. So the plan is that we've got an integration where you'll be able to capture all of that data into an Excel spreadsheet or Google spreadsheet, and that will basically auto-populate and that'll be available there. I think for hopefully that'll be enough. We want to do that first. And then after that, if there's still a need to add an export button, we'll do that. But primarily we want to just make an automated way of being able to capture that data first. So it's just really smooth. Click a button, bang, it's integrated. And I think we can do a direct integration with Google Spreadsheets to make that possible. So then you can just integrate it into there. And then if you want to download that Google spreadsheet or whatever it is, then you can download that and that'll have all that data there. So we'll push it into a system like that, I think, first. Cool. So in terms of one-on-one meetings, if you're an admin of a group, and if I go down to, let's go down to, yeah, why not? We'll do Sabine. So I'm sure Sabine won't mind me showing you this on her profile. So we go into this, we go in schedule, we go next, we go into March 8th, for example, and we schedule the time, and then we just click schedule here, and it will then send a notification. So if we look at another one that I did, um, I don't want to obviously share it without asking anyone's approval. Maybe it is on here. Hmm. Who can I schedule a meeting with? Who asked the question? I'll schedule a meeting with you. Who was asking that question? Okay, so Franziska, I'll do it with you so you can see this. Okay, so what I do is if I want to schedule a meeting with you, what I would do is I'd click chat. I click chat. Hopefully you haven't said anything too bad in the chat. No, we haven't opened this Alpha chat together before. We go into the fifth, and then we go into scheduling the meeting, and we go schedule, and then I say, hey, would you like to meet at this time, or I'll be free then, or whenever, and then I'll send out that to you, and then you'll receive on your side basically a invitation where you'll be able to approve it. So you'll be able to say yes, that's confirmed, and it looks like you have confirmed it, which is great. And then it'll show for both of us on the top of the chat. So if we continue talking, the chat will continue to go down. But this link will be available. You can add it to the calendar, and it counts down to that time. And then we'll both receive notifications at the time of that meeting. Now, if I want to cross this, I can obviously cross it, and that will not show. I think we're probably going to take that option away just because it's kind of necessary. Maybe we'll have something that will make it a bit smaller, but this is how it is right now. We're still refining a few details, and that's why we want people using it so we can find out what we need. And then yeah, if you want to manage it, you can click manage, and what it's going to do is hasn't done it in this time, but then it'll be listed in your events. Here you can see it listed here now, and also I can see it listed in the dashboard. So just like we have this meeting here, I can switch across, and then our meeting is featured here as well, and it shows that we're meeting together. And yeah, and it's all integrated through Zoom right now. If you don't have Zoom integrated, it will not work at the moment. And yeah, for Google Meet, we'll integrate that. So that's what we're working on over this period of time as well. This next month, I think we'll have it. I'll make sure that this is also put to the top of our list. But Google Meet adding Meet integration for these meetings. We've had a lot of requests for Google Meet. So basically having that in there, it'll be connected with Google Meet. You'll be able to join someone through Google Meet, and it'll all work smoothly if you've got that integrated. Cool. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. If you have any improvements that we can make to that or any ideas, post them in chat, or no, not in chat, but in the community. And there is a reschedule option, so I could go into here. That's maybe something we can improve on. But there is a reschedule option. So if I go into manage, I can reschedule the event and update. It'll then send out another notification. And then from there, once Franziska's approved it, then we'll be able to go on from there. Cool. And Jesus, you can message me. Feel free to message me and ask me about that. But this is a meeting at the moment on Communi. Would it be possible just to add a link to any virtual link we use for meetings? Right now, within the one-on-one meetings, you can't. We want to make it a really smooth integration. So right now, you can't do that. But in the future, and I don't think we'll have that in the future either. The reason is that it's just so much easier to just be able to post it in. But in saying that, if there's a demand for it, then feel free to post. Let me know, and we'll make that possible, just like we do with events. So I'd say post in the group, Keith, and yeah, we'll do that. Got it. So I'd say, yeah, post in the group, because if there's some other integration we can do, we just want to make it really easy and smooth. So feel free to post that. Awesome. Sounds good, Jesus. Great. All right. Any final questions or anything else that I can show today? Because we've got about 5 more minutes. And yeah, is there anything that you'd like me to share, or anything that would be useful? Let me know. We're working really hard here. We've been scaling up things, and it's been great. We've had so much help from members. I know it's been I think it's been really valuable, the requests we've been getting. It's been helping us to make the software the way it needs to be. And we've been listening to all of your requests. If there's bugs, I think you can probably see that we're in there immediately trying to resolve them. The team is in there as well. And we're trying to do all we can to make the software as good as it possibly can be. So if you have any other suggestions, please let us know. And also, we've had some really big help from Sabine, who's been like really, really helpful getting this German ready and helping us with a number of suggestions that have helped different aspects of it. And if you have any suggestions, we're really open to it. Please ask. And yeah, we're really looking forward to also having Juta in here to help as well. Over the next month, you'll see that she'll be in there helping you. And yeah, just let us know if there's something we can do. Let us know, and we'll do our best here to make the software as good as we can for you, improve things to really help and assist you in what you're doing in your business. And yeah, if you've got some success stories, if you've got something that's working well, update to the group. It's great to hear. It gives us energy. A lot of our, our whole team is reading many of the messages that you post, so they pay attention, and it does help the team when we receive feedback saying, "Hey, this worked really well for me," or "This feature, just using this has been great. It's helped me to do this." That really it helps the team a lot. So yeah, post and let us know your experiences. And also, whenever you find something, feel free to post it. If it's a bug or if it's something that we need to improve our side, post it in the chat publicly, in the community publicly. It's good. It's a good thing because it helps us to improve the software. And yeah, we should be comfortable to be able to post about these things. So so do. We like to see it. It means that it's an opportunity for us to make things better. And yeah, we do. So very cool. Very happy with the progress, especially GDPR. Yeah, GDPR is going to be it's awesome. I'm really glad we've got it in. It's been one of those things that's been requested so much, and I had no idea what to do at the beginning when it started getting requests in. But thanks to members of the community here, Sabrina and Sabine, we've been able to make this possible. And yeah, it's really good. And we're gonna the VAT will be the next thing that we'll be tackling for Europe, which is also significant, and that'll be hopefully in there very soon as well. Awesome. Thanks, Francisca. Awesome. Thanks, Stefan. Great. So we'll do another meeting in a month. This same time, we'll meet again together, and hopefully then we'll be able to share again, go through these new updates. I think in the next update there'll be a lot of smaller things that I'll be able to share, and also pay attention to the updates column. The lead our lead developer, he posts what's been updated. I didn't even mention this time, but we do have the unread and bookmarks, which was a really good suggestion that Sabine made in the group. And we also have we've reworked the emoji system, but we're still making improvements to that. But you can see here the filters. If you've got unread messages or you've got saved messages, you can use this bookmark here to save messages that you want to review later. You can do that, then you can review those here. So you can review all your unread through this system, or you can look at your saved through this system, and yeah, everything is available here. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Cool. I think it's definitely it's better than the last system we had. It's much better than the watched system. So yeah, it's use it. Please use it. And yeah, Renee, you've got another question here. I'll just find you one sec. Oh, yeah. I pressed the wrong hand button. Okay, cool. No worries. All right, great. Well, let's close it off there for today. And thanks for coming. Thanks everyone for joining. And yeah, have a great month. Let us know if there's anything we can do. And yeah, if any ideas come after this call, post in the community, let us know. And yeah, look forward to seeing you on the next one. Awesome. All right. See you later.